Man, I ain't even really been keeping up with stuff the past few days, so you might be catching me up on some stuff. So
it's cool. It's cool because I've been, man, for some reason, I guess maybe they just how it work, how we normally vibe, because I've been plugged in like them, and I'm usually not plugged in like that, but I've been plugged in like.
I've been off and you on.
I don't know what it is, man, but I've been plugged in, man, for real.
Hey, you know what? Okay, so you're saying that there's something with Nick Cannon, Kanye. Well, your perspective. I'm sure I'm gonna have mine, depending on what yours is. But it's a whole lot of emotional issues going on because the Torey Lanez shit that I said I want to rap about. Niggas shooting chicks in the foot. So we can we can go ahead and get on that joint. Let me go ahead and go and get started. What's good? It was good. I am your host, Jason JWILLDOES, and I got my guy, Ivan, the Grizzly, the Great, and we are the Off on the Tangent podcast.
Yes, we are.
How was your weekend?
Man,
how's the week? How's the week been? It's good to see you, my nigga. You I see you with the big smile, the big grin, and all of that. So excuse me, I got the remote in my hand. Nigga just flicking through the station and shit.
It's all good, man. It's all good, man. Life is good, man. Just working, man, and continuing to just do, what we do, maintaining. Well, trying to not just maintain, but trying to advance and build something. We both entrepreneurs, so we are never off work, really. We always on work. We always working, regardless if we out in the field somewhere, or we at home, or we got kids, or we don't have a kid, whatever the case is, we always working. So I've been just trying to find balance in between all that, man, and, get a little time to, catch up with things that are going on in the world, and, just trying to stay balanced, man. There's some scales for me. I try not to tip too far one way or the other. So when I feel myself going too far in the direction of like the workaholic type of stuff, man, I have to pull myself back. So
it's definitely about balance.
Yeah, man. So how you been, man? What's been going on with you?
Getting on my chi, man. Like you said, getting balanced and all of that. So getting on my chi. Man, I like this fucking microphone.
Yeah, that microphone dope.
Yes. All right. So
the mic is dope.
Let me know when yours come in. Because this, I see the big fucking difference of just, like, I understand niggas using the microphone from the headphones or whatever like that, but this audio quality is great. All right, but off of that, I would say my weekend been pretty good. Like you said, if you are an artist or a creator or whatever like that, you're never off or whatever. So been working on a couple of graphic design ideas, help assisting on creating a website, whatever like that. And them hours is crazy. So especially when you got a deadline and shit like that. So been doing that, trying to make sure helping people reach their deadline, stuff like that. Assisting, after a while, you're going to start seeing me. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be posting on my, you'll probably see me post on my page and a few other pages about some meal prep ideas that nigga finna start supporting. So Man.
Good.
Hey, man. This year is the year of a hustler, my nigga. And if you ain't got no hustles together, or if you ain't really got no hustler mentality, my nigga, you are about to crumble.
Yeah.
So at least I'm getting some of these joints started. So of course you already know what this off on a tangent. Hopefully this will steamroll other and generate other little ideas and things going, stuff like that. So just always trying to stay in my creative space, man.
Man.
I thought I had an opportunity that I thought my career was going to get back on track. I thought I was going to get hired with Google. I was keeping that junk on the hush until they finally sent me a letter. No, nigga. No, nigga, we don't want your black ass. No, sir. So, yeah. But, nigga had like 2 or 3 interviews, so the junk was coming down because they got well, maybe I don't want to tell their business, but
yeah, we can talk about that.
They got some things. They got some things coming. Google has some things coming to Memphis, South Haven, whatever like that. So I was trying to get her and get my foot in the door, but yeah. Outside of that, like I said, niggas just been grinding, hustling, fool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's what we do. That's what we've always done, man. I want to jump right in it because you mentioned the Torey Lanez Megan Thee Stallion situation.
My nigga, dude, hey, I don't think I have. I promise you, I don't think I have to say this, but my niggas, kings, my brothers,
yes, yeah.
And again, I'm going to resort back to it because these are the actions of niggas. Y'all out here shooting bitches, my nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, that shit was funny on Harlem Nights, but that was TV, nigga.
Yeah, that was TV.
That shit was funny. That shit was funny then, but y'all niggas is out here shooting chicks in the foot. Word.
I mean, what's so crazy about it is the fact that even with this, like, it ties into my thoughts about Nick Cannon and my thoughts about Kanye.
It does. Hey, yeah. Let's go ahead and get started on your perspectives on the Nick Cannon and Kanye West. Because I think how you're going to loop this up is because, one, what people forget, Torey Lanez is a free agent. He's not on a label. He owns his masters, all of this shit. So this nigga's out here looking crazy right now.
Yeah.
Just like Kanye, just like Nick Cannon.
Okay.
Nick Cannon owns, well, you know what? I just found out. I don't think Nick Cannon owns Wildin' Out.
No, he doesn't. And that's the
wild shit. They did some underhand shit, which real talk, if I was Nick Cannon, I would be contemplating suicide if some niggas talking about, hey, man, you don't own your shit. And you be like,
you're right. So, we mentioned Torey Lanez and Megan. The wishing Megan a speedy recovery too, man. Never want to see
definitely,
any type of violence against our women. No matter what the situation, we do not condone.
And I don't care what nobody say. There cannot be any justification on why you shoot a chick in the foot, my nigga.
Nah, none
no whatsoever.
It ain't no justification for that. Like,
man, but nigga, you shot her in the foot, nigga.
Yeah, that's just unacceptable.
No. You could have Ike her open hand. No.
Pull a call and get out, bro. Just get out. Just take a walk, man.
And then this nigga like 5'2". What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. And she like 6'2". So I mean, obviously, I think he was like, "Well, I gotta shoot her because I know she can whoop me or something."
I love it. I'm sure she had heels on, so I'm sure she like 7'1". This nigga like, fuck you, pow. Like, man, this dude, man.
Oh man, so as you mentioned, Torey, he shoots Megan in the foot. Megan's been doing her thing the last couple years, particularly last year. So, Torey's been doing his thing. He's been popping. He's been doing his thing too. And they're both in the limelight. They are both well-known entertainers right now. You know, they are, you know, they're two highly known and well-known entertainers, musicians, whatever. And so there tends to be a little pressure that goes along with all of that, I believe. And especially we've seen it, you know, in years past when entertainers are involved with each other, there's a lot of high profileness that goes along with that. You know, in particular, you know, we talked about Will and Jada, we talked about the August situation, we talked about a lot of different situations, especially when it comes to relationship type of stuff. When you
know,
have
the nigga came out with a song called Entanglements. He
yes,
just dropped the song.
With that, yeah. We don't even, you know what? That we'll talk about it. We'll talk about that at the end. Cause I'm more so
these niggas is wilding out, man.
Yeah, they wilding. They wild. They
These
are
niggas
wilding.
is wild.
Like
We are.
Yes.
And
yeah.
now, as much as Drake has become a saying as far as having a light skinned nigga moment, these niggas right now, all three of these dark skinned niggas having
some real light skinned.
They having light skinned. Well, Nick Cannon's is justifiable.
Yeah.
Kanye West,
not at all.
Torey Lanez,
not at all.
None whatsoever.
Mm.
So, which one you want to jump on first? You want to jump on the pause? You want to You want to talk about the Nick Cannon, or you want to talk about the Kanye West?
No, let's talk about Nick Cannon first. All
right. So to people who are unaware, Viacom, CBS severed ties, most of their ties with Nick Cannon, and they canceled Wildin' Out. But he's still able to host the Masked Singer show.
Yeah, the Masked Singer show.
Still host that, and I think it's something else. But I want to say he quit the radio show. I think the only thing he might still do is the Cannon class. But outside of that, he was canceled from Viacom and CBS and all of that. And he was cool with it at first. He was like, he was giving, you stick your chest out when you leave, shit like that. But sooner at the end of the day, come to find out that I'm guessing hasn't been confirmed or anything, but I'm guessing that he doesn't own Wildin' Out.
Right.
And I think he might have found out that he don't own a few other things. So when you find out that the devils have taken your babies away type of thing, then it's like, So we go ahead and get into that, because I mean, real talk, Wildin' Out is one of the
absolute.
Now, niggas, we sleep on this show because it's Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon, regardless of whatever the fuck you might think of him, Nick Cannon, all the funny niggas that you like, he has brought them. He has introduced all of them niggas through Wildin' Out. All of them has got their plug through Wildin' Out. DC Young Fly, Carlos Miller, Cat Williams, Corey Holcomb, D. Ray Davis. Any one of your comedians have come through that Wildin' Out joint. That joint is like 15, 16 years going.
Yep. And
16 years, my nigga.
The interesting thing about that, we talked about that last year. We talked about Wildin' Out being one of the most important modern entertainment shows as far as sketch comedy.
And let's not talk about Wayne Brady stole his idea with the whatchamacallit joint that he do on CBS. What's the name of that joint? It's like Wayne Brady, is the black chick on there and like three other people. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the little improv joint.
Yeah. Yeah, he did an improv show. Whose Line?
That's what I'm talking about. Whose Line is it anyway?
Well, that's been around for a while, because it was him and Drew Carey did that some years ago. That show's old. That show's old. But in terms of what we're talking about,
has it been around about the same time Nick Cannon has Wildin' Out though?
Yeah.
I want to say that's been long. Wildin' Out has been long.
No. Whose Line is it anyway? It's been out probably longer than that, because they stopped that show. They hadn't. I think they brought it back or something like that.
Okay.
Because that show's old. That show's been around for a while. In terms of though, as we talk about entertainment, hip hop culture, music culture, whatever, Wildin' Out is probably one of the most important pieces of art that we have, of modern art, sketch comedy, music, banter back and forth. Like,
Yes.
I mean, like you mentioned, all of those, like all of these people's careers have either began or been catapulted in some way because of Nick Cannon and because of Wildin' Out. And
yeah, even your favorite white comedian has come through that joint.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What's the dude that's on Saturday Night Live right now? And I want to say he got a new movie out, like The King of Staten Island or something like that.
I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name. I'll probably look it up in a minute. Probably look it up. I think I know I know who you're talking about. I know the guy. Nick's influence on pop culture and on Black culture is massive. Yes. Nick Cannon himself, is like Nick Cannon is major. Yes. He's a major figurehead of Black culture in America. I mean, not just America, but all over the world. This dude started when he was a kid, and he progressed and grew his personal brand and into being something, more than what people expected him to be. I think, and he did more than just movies and music and all this type of stuff. He became a mogul in some aspects. So, I would probably have or take major issue with not owning everything that I put my hand on over the last 25, 30 years of my life as well. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of look at Nick Cannon as a dude that be up on his business stuff. And for that to even happen, it's like, it's some funny shit that had to happen.
Yeah, it had to be some stuff, some funny stuff to go on.
And
because seeing him break down like that was kind of,
this nigga been contemplating suicide. If you've been looking at the tweets this nigga been posting.
Yeah. And
then his friend, then one of his friends just killed themselves.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Like that's.
So I'm like, dude.
That's and what? But see, here's the thing. When the story first broke, and I'm one of those people, I'm thinking to myself like, okay, Nick Cannon gets fired by Viacom. He's Nick Cannon, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, he can rebound from this. You know what I'm saying? And I still believe that. Like, I still believe
I have a dope idea how he can.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like, there's something that Gary, shout out to Gary Vaynerchuk, shout out to Gary V, one of the OGs. He's talked about the internet being the major aspect of distribution. Like, Nick Cannon could create his own channel, man. Like, with his own content, his own everything. And he doesn't need Viacom, he doesn't need CBS, he doesn't need anybody to put that content out there. And there are plenty of people. Go ahead.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I seen Diddy post something about, hey, come over to Revolt. Now, all right.
He don't even need Diddy.
True. But the people who he do need, where it's Black owned, is two people. So one has a studio, which will be Tyler Perry.
Uh-huh.
He can bring, he don't even have to be Wild Now. He can change it up to something else if Viacom is taking the name of that creation. Right? So I can recreate it and do something else. I can do it at Tyler Perry Studio.
Right.
The other thing is, if you're looking for a channel, guess who got channels? Another Black guy. Byron Allen. Byron fucking Allen.
Absolutely.
So you have Byron Allen, who got all these channels, right? Who, mind you, he secretly settled with Comcast.
Yeah, they kept it real.
That was like slipped under the rug that people don't really talk about.
Yeah. Comcast was like, hey,
while we know Black Lives Matter is going on,
let's go ahead and get this. Yeah, let's get this out the way. Because if this goes on, we're probably gonna lose everything to this guy. So let's go ahead and settle with him.
Right. Yeah. So Byron Allen has Comcast channels now. I would assume stations. I'm thinking within this.
He's got stations. Yeah.
So He already has cable stations.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not with Comcast. But I think with the Comcast deal, he might have some stations with Comcast. So, and if he just gets buddy with Tyler Perry, I'm not sure how their relationship is or whatever like that, but you have this joint set up at Tyler Perry Studios doing the same thing. My nigga.
Same stuff. Yeah.
We have become too dependent on the tit.
Yeah.
And thinking that once the tit is taken away, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck for a few months.
Oh yeah. Well, see, here's the thing though. So in essence, what we're looking at is, and I'll keep this, I'll keep this as succinct as possible because I don't want to get into the whole religious thing or whatever. I really don't care about it. But so Nick Cannon makes comments.
But, yeah.
I don't even want to, because that's something that's in all honesty, in my opinion,
because real talk, if the simple, I didn't even really hear any hate or rhetoric in the things that he said for it to be canceled. But
most people did.
Real talk, my nigga. If something as simple as that is considered hate speech, then every black fucking person should have a issue, and everything should be fucking canceled.
Exactly.
Everything should be canceled. If something as simple as that is considered hate speech to get somebody canceled off a show, how the fuck? You remember how we was talking about Howard Stern? How was Howard Stern still on the radio?
Oh, well, you know why.
How is any of these other shows still on the radio who talk bad about any other body's race or culture?
Yep.
Rush Limbaugh, any of them niggas who tiptoe across that line. Like, dude.
Oh, they stomp across that line. They stomp that line. You had
they dance over it, hop
back.
Name? Oh, sorry, I didn't know I couldn't do that. All that other type of bullshit.
No. Question: Does Don Imus ring a bell? Does Larry King ring a bell?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like they had a conversation with Don Imus,
and I don't even recall public apologies.
Yeah, no, there was no public apology. They don't care. Like, and that's the thing. We constantly say we can say stuff, right? And people get offended, and then we got to go on an apology tour. You think about Kevin Hart. You think about other people who have done the same thing. Rush Limbaugh ain't apologized to nobody. Don Imus didn't really apologize to nobody. The heat just came down on him because there was this big focus. And then afterwards, they even started to shine the light on hip hop artists making comments and music. I'm like, this ain't got nothing to do with rap music. This is a dude that has a show that make a racist comment about black women basketball team, calls them nappy head hoes. Really? And that's okay. But then they say, well, rappers say that kind of stuff all the time.
And the issue was the simple fact of using the word all, like all of them. And so, okay, if that's the case, when you use all of us as monkeys, criminals, thugs, bald head hoes, whatever, when you're using all of that is what should be considered hate speech.
Yeah, it should be considered
towards
hate
us.
Speech. But think about this, Jay.
All right.
How long have we heard? You remember Jerry Heller, right?
Yeah.
NWA. Jerry Heller was a Jew, right? Jerry Heller did not have any problem with NWA cussing the police out or saying nigga on every song. You know what he had a problem with? When Ice Cube made No Vaseline, he made mention of y'all getting screwed by a Jew. That's what Jerry Heller got upset about. It was okay for Ice Cube to say nigga. It was okay for Ice Cube to talk about folks, mama, girlfriend, sister, whoever. He didn't have no problems with none of the rest of that stuff. He had a problem of saying somebody Jew. And nobody said nothing about that. Nobody thought that was a problem. Nobody thought that was strange. And that's my issue. It's like you can talk bad about yourself. You can talk bad about everybody else, but you say one word about them. It could be something. Remember what LeBron James said? We getting Jew money or something like that. He said a couple years ago. Somebody, we getting money like Jews. They got upset. And I'm like,
they got upset with that Jay-Z comment in 444. He was like, just because they said they running, he was like, it was like, okay.
when he said Jews own
that's
all
why
of
I make mention of their name. I'm just saying of the situation. So it's like,
and so my thing is this, and anything that's because remember there was some issues, and actually, you know, no. I'm just saying there's been some issues over time that became newsworthy that the ADL never said anything about. Right? They never said a word about it. But this guy loses his job. Right? Basically, Nick Cannon loses his job, or he severs a relationship. Right?
Right.
Because he says something that's his opinion on.
Is it that we don't make that big of a deal about the shit? And
so what now?
Is it that we don't make that big of a deal about the shit and we should?
Well, here's the thing.
Because you do realize, like, even on cable channels, like, they do bleep out words, but you can say nigga on a lot of these channels 32 fucking times, and it's not bleeped out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you can say some other type of word and it will be bleeped out.
And that's what we're saying. That's exactly what we're saying. It's like, oh, we really do need to make a fuss about stuff, because if there's a person at that label or that station or whatever the case is, right, that has a problem with somebody saying something about, and we're not even going to get into it, but it's not even a race of people. It's a belief. Okay. We're a race. Okay. Let's just make sure that it's clear. They can make you can write a song, you can do a video, whatever, talking bad about your own people. They don't have no problem with it. You can say stuff about other people. They don't have no problem with that. But you say something about them,
they don't want their names even made mention of.
Yeah. So there's no balance when it comes to that. So skipping over that, when you mention you as a very great comment that you said about mentioning Tyler Perry and Byron Allen. We have the medium to produce and distribute, not just produce, create, produce, organize, and distribute our own content, just like we're doing here with the Off on the Tangent podcast.
Yes.
We've created, we're producing, we're distributing our own content, right? And managing our own content. And soon growing our own content and managing our own brand of content across whatever amount of, however we wind up going with it. So and I look at Nick Cannon, I say, Nick Cannon, dude, hey, there you go. I look at Nick Cannon and I say, man, you're the blueprint, bro. Like, you are the blueprint. Show us how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, I understand what he's dealing with, because he's a lot of pressure. He's probably getting hate mail and hate emails and, hate comments. He's probably getting a lot of that stuff too.
And
you should have done this. You should have done
jobs from him.
Right. Everybody who's got jobs from him and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And I've seen comments from DC and other guys are like, hey man, we got your back. Like, we ain't worried about no job. Like, dude, you put us on. You know what I'm saying?
And see, that's the thing. He put a lot.
He put a lot of people on. And shout out to him for doing that, because when it comes down to it, he has not got enough credit for putting his own people on. Nick Cannon has put his own people on.
Right.
Like, he has put his folk on. Like, there's nothing, you can't say nothing about it. Like,
and
he's put his folks on.
Quick to tear my nigga down, man.
Oh yeah. Man, Nick Cannon, man, he a clown.
That corny ass nigga. Hey, my nigga, this you might all right.
Yeah.
Every chick that you are fawning over right now, he has already smashed.
See, we wouldn't even talk about that. But true.
Hey,
but I mean, hey,
but niggas only respect that shit. So we got to put that out there. Let's put that out there. Because niggas respect nigga shit. So let's put that shit out. That nigga has smashed some of that nigga has married Mariah Carey, nigga.
Yeah, I got a set of twins by her.
Mariah Carey, he's a baby daddy with Mariah Carey, nigga.
Yeah.
He's Mariah Carey's baby daddy.
Yeah. Impossible. Impossible. It just don't happen to regular everyday dudes. That kind of stuff don't happen to everyday dudes.
Like, you might think that your favorite rapper has a good track record. Trust and believe they're following behind Nick Cannon's footsteps.
They follow Nick Cannon's footsteps. Yeah. But speaking of footsteps,
Kanye West chick, Nick Cannon had it first.
No, Ray J did, didn't he?
Was it? I
don't
know.
Who knows, right?
Nick Cannon like, hey, wildin' out though. Wildin'.
DJ D-Rec.
Oh, speaking of wilding out, hey, Kanye West.
hey, man. Hey, look here.
Did you hear this nigga?
Man.
This nigga said Harriet Tubman was Steven from Django. He said Harriet Tubman was Steven. She ain't really freed no slaves. She took the slaves to another master. What?
Then the man started crying.
Oh, man.
When he started talking about abortion. He started talking about his daddy wanted to abort. Man, like, oh my God, man. Like, this is what I want to happen. I want Jay. I'll
let you get the joke on, but I got something to follow this.
I want Jay-Z. You got to bring Dame in on this one. I want Jay-Z and Dame. Not Mos Def, Common, and Kweli. No, I want the gangsters. I want Jay-Z and Dame and Dash to call each other and be like, look, let's come together on something.
Hey, man,
let's go get Kanye and choke him to death, at least to the break of death. So maybe he gets some sense. Maybe he would listen to both of it. This dude, man, I'm going to tell you something, though. So
visible on the screen and shit over here.
Yeah, you was
nigga fading into blue.
This man, you drank some of that potion they drank on cartoons, and man,
it disappeared. Juice nigga be like,
man, what? You can see, but look, what's so funny? You see the drink going into an empty.
Nigga just looking at walking water. Like, what the fuck is this? Walking water?
Oh man.
Oh boy.
So Yeezy, so Kanye has done something. So first of all, I will say this about brother Kanye. Kanye has done something that very few people thought he was going to be able to do or have done, right? Kanye is a billionaire.
Right.
Kanye West is a billionaire. Right. And I'm not bragging about that, but I had no clue when Kanye West first came out or even halfway through his career that we'd be sitting there talking about Kanye West, the billionaire. I wouldn't have thought that.
The nigga's shoes is $350 a pair.
Yeah,
it's not going to be long before he reached $1 billion.
Exactly. And people are buying them junts. Like they buying them junts.
50.
Yeah. $350.
That's just the basic pair.
Yeah, that's just the basic. Pair. Yeah. And the resale on them junts is like on some of them is between $800 and $1,200. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and I don't need to go through Kanye's history. But what I will say is that I know that this man has mental, emotional problems. I know this dude got some emotional issues. So, I can tell.
But I look at it because of some effect it stems from him losing his mom. From his mom.
Part of Part of it,
And
absolutely.
you got
definitely agree with that.
think of like these little I ain't gonna say rants, but these little where he's talking, pretty much he's talking out loud. It just so happens he got a camera in front of him.
Right.
Usually at these moments when he's talking out loud, I guarantee you his mama is around and she'll bounce some other ideas that eventually make him sound sane. Then he speaks out into the public, and then he be like, "Man, Kanye West is a genius."
Right.
But no, ain't nobody around him like, "Go ahead, baby." And they like it's just a simple fact of the attention in the camera. Man, this nigga is wilding out.
Yeah.
And then come back 2 days later to apologize and then say some other crazy ass shit.
Right. And see, that's the thing that you can always tell if somebody's got deep emotional issues. They'll come back, they'll say something off the wall, and then come right back behind it and apologize. Man, or they try to switch it up. What we're seeing right now is
now hold up. Now, mind you, and just want to let people know who may not know, this nigga, he announced that he's running for president.
Yeah. And has not filed
2 days later.
No paperwork. Ain't filed a lick of paperwork to
at all.
So
2 days later, I'm not running for president. And then you hear his family saying, Kanye West is having mental issues. His family talking about he's having mental issues or having some type of a breakdown or whatever like that. And then we hear the Harriet Tubman rant.
And not to mention, he's already had a breakdown where he said that he had a breakdown and he had to go to the, remember, he went to the hospital, what was it, 2 years ago or 3 years ago, or whatever it was, right? And was in the hospital for an extensive period of time and all this kind of stuff. Like, my thing is, like, where your family at, bro? Like, where your wife? Where your somebody? You know what I'm saying?
So question, do you think when he burst out and said that George Bush doesn't like black people, do you think that was a mental issue then that we raved about that? Do you think that there was the real Kanye, or do you think that was a mental issue at that point?
No. The real Kanye is a mental issue. He always has, hell. You remember when he talked about standing up on Jermaine Dupri's dad's desk when he was trying to get his deal? You remember that? He talked about that. Yeah. Jermaine Dupri, of course, anybody knows Jermaine Dupri comes from a music background. His dad is a record executive, has been for several years. And when Kanye was trying to get his deal, he was shopping his music to get his deal. He stood up on Jermaine Dupri's dad's desk in the interview process. Like, he stood up on this man's desk. You know what I'm saying? Like, from day one, Kanye has always been like the dude that would go above and beyond to get attention. Like, he's always been that way. And people around him at that particular time, he was around underground artists that those guys are the ones that kind of kept him centered. Like, hey, man, you can't just be doing that. Like, that's our boy, Ye. That's our little bro, Ye. If you look at the situation when him and Hov recorded Watch the Throne, Jay slapped him during the recording process because he was shooting off in the hotel in France. Like, Jay had to basically, like, dude, get yourself together before you get hurt.
You wilding now, my nigga.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so he's always had, over the course of his career, emotional instability. But now, right, at that particular time, he had to do more answering to other people. Right? He had to answer to the label. He had to answer to Jay and Leor, whoever he was working with at the time. He had to answer to other artists as far as, like, doing stuff for them. But when he became Kanye West, yeah, that's what I say.
I be getting politician text messages to my phone. I'm like, what the fuck? What is
I don't get them just. I always text them back and say, I'm not voting for you. That never works. But anyway.
And yeah, they be like, wrong answer. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Wrong answer. I said the right answer. Spam.
Man, what? So now, and you mentioned this earlier, you talked about Torey, you talked about Nick. Kanye owns his stuff. He's in charge of pretty much everything
now
he had.
He does.
Now he does.
He just was able to buy
Right.
them shits back like a few years ago. You like, dude.
Right. So, but because of the amount of revenue it's generated, I can see why it took him so long to buy them all. He had to go make money outside of music in order to go back and purchase his own stuff. So I get that part. Now that he does, he's not calling Jay and asking Jay questions about stuff. He's not calling, he's not calling No ID, right? He ain't calling No ID to ask him questions. He's not calling on those people. He's not calling Mos. He's not calling He's not calling those guys and asking them what to do or being around them now. He's got his own yes man team around him that basically agree with everything he's saying. So as we watch him break down literally in front of the entire world, there's nobody there to be like, dude, get yourself together. Like, grab him by his collar.
And
you know what I'm saying?
His wife and his
and that's not
that
gonna
side
happen.
of the family. They definitely ain't trying to console or nothing like that.
Because
wait until we do it in front of the cameras. You like
exactly.
Because I'm really their entire life right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because their entire lives is all about entertainment. We already know about the
nigga. They don't know how to. They have turned all of the men in their family into bitches. Literally.
Really? Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, where's their dad? I'm sorry, their mom.
Yeah. Mad mom, dad. I'm gonna get in trouble for that one, but it's okay because he's a joke. oh, grow up, laugh, people, laugh,
right,
and yeah.
But
like, man, they have done that.
But if you think about it, like, think of the son, like he can't. It's almost as if the times where they've been emotional, they tore them down for being emotional, and now them niggas go into hiding. Their son goes into hiding. That nigga blew up and got big.
Yeah, dude is like eating like at the cookout every day or something like that. Probably Five Guys, like bacon burger sandwiches, bacon burger, biscuit sandwich, whatever. That's what it look like eat. But this Kanye needs help, man. Like, that dude needs serious help. And I think
to go back to making music, man.
He needs to go.
Shit. That was his therapy.
I think there you go.
That was his therapy. Music.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Not this Yandi, not this Yadi, or Gandhi, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Sunday service. We don't, none of that. Right. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The music that you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real, my nigga.
Like, this is what. Yeah.
This was your therapy.
This is your therapy. Yep. What did he say? Imagine locking yourself.
He need to get out there. He need to get out of the Kardashian life.
Nah, that's too late, man. It's too late. He stuck. He done for. That boy keep having kids. He done for. He finished on that deal right there.
And then the nigga was crying, talking about he should have like, hey, I feel you about well, no. This nigga out here talking about Northwest, talking about he shouldn't have had the baby and all this other type of stuff. I'm like, dude, sometimes people might understand you, but it's not cool to say in public.
Don't say everything that's on your mind. What did Jalen Rose say? Everything ain't fit for public consumption. And
exactly. So it's like,
say it, say it at the house or something. Man.
Just because you get that off in the house with some people or with some friends or whatever, it's like, oh, okay, I can say this out in public. No, my nigga, you can't. Oh, trust and believe it was some niggas that agreed with him. Trust. It's some niggas it's like, but you know how they agree with you, Kanye? They agree like this.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
Hey,
man, Kanye West wildin', man. That's all it's gonna be said, my nigga. It's gonna be a head nod, and then Kanye West is out here wilding. Be like, dude,
man. Hey, man, for real though, man. Look, I'm gonna say this. You hit on something that I haven't really heard a lot of people say. You said that Kanye needs to go back to making music. Music was his therapy. I remember the College Dropout. They had this College Dropout DVD, and he was talking about. I interviewed him and his mom, and how he used to draw these pictures of his music that he saw in his head. The guy is brilliant, like no question about it. The man is gifted. He is brilliant. However, when that brilliance and those gifts are not channeled in the right direction, they can become destructive.
Right.
And that's exactly what we're seeing, is him basically self-destructing.
And what's crazy, those ideas that's coming out of his head and thoughts will be great music.
Yeah, it will be great music.
It probably would sound like some great instrumentals to rap off of.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up, Kanye West, and put it in the music.
So, and I'm thinking to myself, right?
Oh man.
I'm thinking to myself on what artists he could be doing music for right now, that the albums would probably be some of the greatest music we've ever heard. Like if Ye was to be like, you know what, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna go to Montana. I'm gonna block everything out. I'm gonna do 5 beats a day for 3 summers, like he said back in the day.
I don't think he can make no music that he won't make in Montana.
But no, he and true, because a lot of times physical, and I think Russell Simmons mentioned this, physical location has a lot to do with creativity.
Yes.
Physical location has a lot to do with creativity. Maybe if he would go back to Chicago, I think if he was to go back to Chicago,
be around some elements,
be around like the city element, around the right people, take his time, be quiet, close his mouth,
just listen,
get in the studio, go back and listen to Teddy Pendergrass, go listen to Marvin Gaye, go listen to the Four Tops, go listen to the old sound, that old Kanye sound. I guarantee you, in agreement with what you said, 1000%, Kendrick Lamar would have a classic album of tracks waiting on him. J. Cole would have a classic album of tracks waiting on him. Drake would have a classic album of music waiting on him.
Well, Kanye West gonna want to rap on them shits though.
But hold up, I get it. But I'm just saying, the Baby would probably have a classic album of tracks. I'm thinking about all of these artists who are gifted and talented that see also now you have so many more producers out there. You got so many more beat makers out there, but it would have to be something that would be like somebody super talented would have to get, and he'd say, here, I got this music, and they would take it and go with it. At this point in time, I don't want to hear Kanye rap. I really don't want to hear Kanye rap. Like, I'm sorry, but that time has passed to me. I want to hear him do music. I want to hear him produce soul music.
Why do we put an age limit on our rappers, man?
Well, we really don't. Not now. We don't. We used to, but we don't no more. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Jay-Z still rapping. He's 50-some years old. Rick Ross is 40. Right. Rick Ross is 40-something. Rick Ross putting out hit music every year.
I think you know what I'm saying. I think I'm still dope enough. I can come out with a couple of songs or two. That's why I was wondering.
In all honesty, you know, for so many years they talked about
my creativity. You know, I've been limiting myself, so I was like, you know what, I should have came out with this a long time ago.
I mean, I don't see a problem with it. Like, I don't see an issue with it. Now, when you're trying to come out like basically like you're a rookie at 37 years old or 40 years old,
like I'm coming out with a gangster rap album. I'm like,
exactly.
Nigga.
Yeah,
nigga, you are 45 years old, gangster rapping.
Exactly. That's something.
You know
totally
how crazy
different.
I look.
Hey, look, the man got the head turned. He had a head backwards with a blunt in his mouth, with a gun on his hip, talking about killer be killed.
The gangster old head nigga be gangster Leonard Washington. This nigga a gangster with his name Leonard.
Leonard Washington. Leonard Washington.
Washington.
Hey, what's your rap name? Leonard Washington. Leonard Washington. What?
And I'll bust your motherfucking head.
With the cigarette.
With the cigarette hanging out his mouth.
Oh man.
Man, but I don't really believe in coincidences. I mean, but it's quite ironic and coincidental that Nick Cannon, Kanye West. Now, I don't know too much about this Torey Lanez person, but the correlation with all three of these niggas is they got their own shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They got their own shit. Outside of Nick Cannon just realizing that he does not have Wildin' Out, he can recreate that shit.
Hey, he can recreate it, call it something totally different, and put it out on YouTube TV and put it out.
And because it's Nick Cannon and he has his following, it's gonna be all over again.
It's gonna be dude. And that's the thing about it. Like sometimes things end. I believe this is a good thing for Nick Cannon because it's allowed him to wake up more so than he was before. If you read anything outside of just what's going on in the normal headline, I'm talking to the listeners and the viewers now. Nick Cannon has been an activist for a very long time. He's been involved. He's been a part of pushing the culture forward, a black culture forward. He sat with the activist OGs to try to learn from them what he needed to do to help his own people. And not only that, as we talked about earlier, he has done that by hiring and promoting and pushing and distributing the content of other black folks, you know what I'm saying? Up and comers and even some that have been out for a while. So he's been on the righteous tip for a minute. He doesn't need Viacom. He does not need Viacom. And I realize that relationship has been there for a while, and you get used to that, and you get used to the perks of it. And like you said, sometimes it takes a little while to recover from, not being connected to the conglomerate, so to speak. But there are other ways of getting the job done. You know what I mean? And so,
but the only thing that I would say with with that deal is that as big as Viacom is, all they got to do is just say one word, and then all doors that are associated with Viacom are closed.
Yeah, but he doesn't need.
You know how big they are. You be like, ooh.
Well. Let's back up though,
and you'll understand the reason why Cannon class is the only thing that he still ain't got no problem with, still rocking with.
But take a look though. You got IGTV. Right. You have the internet.
That's what I'm saying. Cannon class is on YouTube and IG.
Right. Exactly. You can still get sponsorships. You can still make money from it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. Nick Cannon already has relationships outside of Viacom. He's already got relationships outside of Viacom. You know what I'm saying? As you mentioned, Byron Allen and Tyler Perry. Like that would be nothing. That would be nothing for Tyler Perry Studios to be like, hey, Nick Cannon, hey,
now you could do this shit for free. Come on over here, my nigga.
You can do it for free over here.
Right.
And Byron Allen say, you know what? Hey, I got 3 stations we can put the new Wildin' Out on, and we could do one of them in Spanish.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
And he'll have something strictly just for him. And mind you, the other thing, drum roll, man, I need to go ahead and give me some sound effect shit. People are sleeping on him, but I just want to throw his name out here also. Dame Dash got his own shit too.
Yeah. Dame has for a minute.
What I mean by his own shit, he got his own shit like Netflix own shit.
Yeah.
Like I just saw his app that I downloaded. The whole setup is like Netflix with all of his content on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like all of his content, other different little content. Now we might now when you go there, you might scoff at it or whatever like that. But mind you, this is how Netflix started. They had bullshit on their setup. That's how Hulu started. They had if you remember, if you first was there when Hulu first started and you were trying to look for content, it was bullshit. Then they started getting sponsors. Then they was able to get other content to play, other exclusive content. Then the same thing so all I'm saying is if you're thinking and wanting to support Black entrepreneurs or Black people who have their own thing, go look up Dame Dash Studios. It's like a red dog or it's a little emblem, but look up Dame Dash Studios. The whole setup is like Netflix. Now, again, it's not that much content on there, but it's mostly a lot of his stuff and probably some stuff that he helped produce. Like I know he did a movie with Kevin Hart. I know he did a movie with Cuba Gooding Jr. All of that stuff and material is on there. And some of that material, yes, you can look at on Netflix. But the thing is, it's on his channel. So if you're wanting to support Black channel, Black whatever, then that is something to support. Because I talked to somebody else like, man, I can watch that on Netflix. Okay, true, you can. But if you're wanting to support somebody Black, that's it. That's it, John, right there. You can watch it over there. So you just got stuff like that. He can take that route as far as putting some material out there with Dame Dash because they did an episode together on Canon Class.
Oh yeah, on Canon Class.
So I'm sure they already rapping to each other. About
something. I'm pretty sure they are. Like I don't just real quick about Dame Dash. Like I do think that Dame is still kind of salty about that Rockefeller thing.
I would be too, because again, that's what is like what's going on with Nick Cannon. You took my baby away.
Well, yeah, no, because Dame was doing some tricky stuff himself at the time, and I'm thinking, I've heard him talk about it. I've heard Jay talk about it. I've heard Biggs talk about it. And I've heard Dame kind of flip flop a little bit on it.
It's some things that It's some things that Dame and Biggs don't agree with that Jay has done or is doing.
Right. And even even with that, Biggs still says that's my brother. We still rocking together. Like that's my dude. I can disagree with some of the things he's done over time, but that's still my brother. And we sat down and had those conversations. The thing with Dame is the fact that Dame is like, it's all or nothing with him. If I disagree with you, you wrong. There's that on that. You know what I'm saying? Because of his personality, you know, he's always like been kind of high strung.
Yeah.
I honestly,
he'll probably call you a sucker ass nigga and shit. And you supposed to be like, nigga, and I ain't supposed to spring on you, my nigga.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So, you know, just remembering that time frame when the whole rock thing was going down, like Dame was basically telling Jay, like, nah, man, you can't go nowhere. All this stuff belongs to us. And Jay was like, okay, man, give me my music.
Right.
And Dame was like, no, you can't have it. He's like, oh, dude, I did I did the music. Like, what you mean I can't have my own stuff? So Jay was like, okay, you gonna do it like that? Then I'm gonna do it like this here. And then Dame it was sour grapes with Dame afterwards. I think had Dame.
Oh, look, so who got reasonable doubt? Because this one got reasonable doubt and don't have nothing else.
I think Dame has reasonable doubt and nothing else. if I'm not mistaken. Jay got his catalog though.
Okay, so Jay has everything except Reasonable Doubt.
I think Jay got everything. So, because he was able to, when he brought Tidal out, for a while, none of his music was on Apple Music or Google Play, and he put it out on Tidal. Like it was either none of his music was on there, or very few songs or something was on there. So he put it out on his own platform, which made sense.
Right.
And I think Reasonable Doubt was one of the only ones that wasn't on there. And I think Dame does own Reasonable Doubt. I had to look it up to be sure. So, but I think that's what it was. And I know he got the name of the company initially. But what happened was Jay didn't get his masters right away, but he got the name of the company. And that's what kind of helped. That's what really catapulted him forward. And then he went back and bought the rights to his music like 2 years later.
But everybody act like there's a beef, but I don't really think there's a beef because they all still get money together.
Yeah, I don't think it's a beef either. I just think people ask about, because sometimes they talk to Dame about it, and he gets kind of perturbed when they ask him questions about Jay-Z. He's like, man,
because he get mad because he be like, man, y'all ask Jay-Z that shit. Quit asking me this bullshit. And they never ask Jay-Z.
Yeah. Nah, they don't act because.
They never ask Jay-Z.
Yeah, Hov is like, I'm pretty sure Hov already has stuff in the interviews like, do not ask me about Damon Dash, like how Michael Jordan used to be like, don't ask me about Isaiah Thomas and all that. Like, you can't talk about Dame. We can't talk about the Rockefeller breakup. Like, if you want me, you know what I'm saying? Come on, like, just think about it. So, when it comes to Kanye though, I think that Dame, Biggs, and Jay need to get together and have a conversation with dude. You know what I'm saying? As like big brothers, and say, look, man, like you need
after a while, man, you can only talk so many times. And after a while,
that's true.
Once you get up in age, you're like, man, I'm done talking to that nigga.
Yeah. And I think that's probably
like if you're friends, it's like, man, I told this nigga this, I told this nigga that. He'll never listen to what I'm saying. So it's like, all right, man.
Yeah.
If he want to rap, if he want to rap, he know where I'm at. But I'm not reaching out to this nigga to say nothing no more.
Yeah, I think you hit that on the head. I think that's where they are with that. You know what I'm saying? I really do. But I do, man. I just don't want to see Ye broke and like destitute, because the more and more he does this kind of stuff, man, the more I'm thinking that somebody else has probably got some type of control on that dude's money. And I ain't trying to put no rumors or nothing out there, but I just hope that I hope his legacy is protected. That's what I'll say. I hope his legacy is protected. Because
I don't know why y'all like his clothes, man. Them just look like bum clothes.
And nobody said nobody like his clothes or his shoes. Them shoes are ugly too. Them shoes are ugly. Them shoes are ugly. His clothes.
I don't know. I got some shoes that look kind of similar, but I mean,
he got a couple pair that are okay, but the rest of them just look like alien feet.
Yeah, but I just can't get myself to pay the price. If you understand what you are paying for, I cannot get myself to pay $550 for a pair of tennis shoes. That really okay. And what I'm meaning by that is, if you understand the concept of the shoe, it's just a sock liner glued to the sole.
To the sole.
That's it.
Yep.
A sock liner. And if people know what I'm talking about, a sock liner, I'm talking about, especially with dudes who play basketball, the sock liner is the insert. That sock liner insert that go into the shoe.
Hey, man.
That shit is what y'all are paying for. The insert, not the shoe. I'm doing Allen Iverson right now. Not the shoe. Not the shoe. Not the shoe. The insert that goes into the shoe. And usually, guess what how much them inserts usually cost, my nigga? Like $12 back in the day to get a replacement. For real, man. So you're getting the insert. and it's stitched or glued onto the shoe, all you're paying for is the sole and a $12 insert.
Hey, man.
And then they get y'all by saying it's canvas.
So
I'm sorry, knit.
Hey, man.
Knit anyway. Canvas. It's a knit canvas stock.
It's so much that we're saying now that people are saying is new and exclusive. That was basically stuff that you wouldn't even wear about 20 years ago.
Man, my nigga, we would, man, imagine if we wore that shit. Nigga, we got rock wearing LA Gears, and them LA Gears was kind of hard.
Them just was hard.
Just
and
imagine.
We got rock wearing them.
Right.
Yeah. Nah, man.
Once we realized what LA Gears were, then it was like, oh, okay. All right, nigga, I'll let it pass. Okay. Then them just started talking. It was like, this nigga shoes talking.
Man,
talking ass shoe
like
ass nigga, right? Cut face ass nigga, action looking ass nigga. That's a rap face ass nigga.
Man, what? Shoot. Man. Hey, but I want Kanye to get some help. I want Nick Cannon to get some help too. Nick Cannon
is on a level where I think people really need to like give a nigga a call. Now, Nick Cannon is a situation of where you think he's a strong friend and nobody's like, oh, Nick Cannon good. No. You need to call your strong friends need a check-in, a checkup, shit like that. Hell, I'm viewed as the strong friend. Don't nobody give me a call like, hey man, are you all right? You good?
Yeah.
Nothing. Niggas just be over here crickets.
Man, that ain't true, man.
I'm just saying in general, in most cases, that's how it be. And it'd be like, man, damn. Especially when you're going through something, don't nobody call. It's like, man. You could be like, hey man, what you doing? Nothing, I'm outside. So, damn, I wanted to go out too.
Sad face.
Right.
Hey, you be like, hey man, so what y'all do, man?
Grumpy Smurf looking ass.
Man, what he like? You be at the house like this. You be at the house like this right here. Man, don't nobody never want to say, don't take
nobody
me.
Want to take me nowhere.
You go nowhere, man.
Am I the ugly friend looking ass nigga? Oh man, shit. But for real, but that's what it come to is like if you look at Nick Cannon's situation, so here he is, he's in a situation where he went out on the ledge for us by saying, hey, we this, we that. If you check out history, this is who we are, and I'm standing on the blah, blah, blah. Fuck what they saying. They're this, they're that, blah, blah, whatever. Then here comes the powers that be. They want to come and put him in check. Hey, we taking this from you, we taking that from you. Now he come and apologize like 3 fucking times at that. I was like, dude, that was crazy. I ain't like that at all. Like, hey,
I ain't like that.
If one apology, I would say 2. 2 apologies, cool. Once you start going 3 and 4, like, hey, my nigga, you really trying to humiliate me or something like that now.
So first of all, if I done already lost my gig, I'm not apologizing for nothing because I'm not getting it back. Right? I'm lost it. So I'm done. Definitely, I'm not apologizing for nothing. Right. I'm gonna say, look, man, I said what I said, right? It may not have been received correctly. It may not have came out right, but I said what I said, and I stand on what I believe, and I believe what I'm saying to be true. The same way y'all believe what y'all saying to be true, and I'm not supposed to disrespect what y'all think. Y'all need to respect what I'm saying too. Right. The same way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Respect what I believe. Respect my beliefs the
I
same
said this
way.
in love. I did not say this in any disrespect or whatever like that.
Right.
But it's not like I'm lying. It's not like these ain't facts.
Exactly. It's not like I'm just making up some stuff out the blue. Okay, this is what I believe. This is what I think. And if this is a country that supports free speech, then I should be able to say that without a backlash. But obviously, we don't support free speech in this country, not the way we claim to.
Right.
Speech is not free. Speech
not against certain powers.
So, not against certain people. Not against certain people.
It's
and
two.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So
they shall remain nameless. But so you have that. He went out on a ledge for us. He gets the backlash. While he gets the backlash, the same people who he was taking up for, who he rah-rahing for.
Man, look, don't even get me started.
It's criticizing him. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about?
Yep, it's criticizing. I even saw one dude break down this whole, like he went to a whole religious geographical breakdown of why Nick Cannon's beliefs are not accurate or not. I'm like, dude, look, it ain't even about all of that. It's not even about all that. It's not even about all of that.
What it's about at the end of the day, this nigga taking up for you pretty much. He taking, and even if he wrong about some information, most of it was correct. And if you feel like it's incorrect, guess what? Do your own digging and research to correct him and like, hey man, this is where you was wrong at, my nigga.
And then tweet Nick Cannon and say, hey man, let's have a discussion about it. Let's do a show on it. Or hey, I'm gonna send you this information what I looked up, and you let me know what you think about it. And you leave it at that. I don't need to get on social media and tear my brother down. Like he done already been, he already been told down enough.
Crucifying this dude.
You know
I'm like, they crucifying him for apologizing. They crucifying him for coming out and saying, and you know how we are. We the text police. This nigga could say something incorrectly and miss the word "the" in a sentence, or said "won't" instead of "want." You know, you said "want." You like, did that change the whole message? That what I was saying? What?
And that's coming.
And we just gonna focus on the "want" instead of "won't."
And that's coming from somebody who probably typing that using the Wi-Fi at Burger King while they doing.
You like, dude. We are going off on people for the wrong things, and this is somebody that's fighting for you. Now, if this nigga, I put like this, if this nigga does something to himself, then guess what? You ain't going now. All this time, what we've been talking about, we're a leader at the fight for us. This nigga was really fighting for y'all.
But
this nigga was really fighting. This nigga was actually in the streets.
Yep.
This nigga was at Flint giving water out. This nigga has been at everything that's been going on against black people. He has been there.
Yep.
Wrote a song about, wrote poetry about, tweeted about it. I did something, had spoke with other black activists or whatever. He has been there. Now, mind you, like I said, if this nigga does anything to himself, y'all gonna be wanting, I want to send flat. I used to love Nick Cannon. Bitch, shut your weak ass up. You ain't love shit about that man. Because guess what? You wouldn't be trying to crucify that nigga right now.
Exactly.
That nigga made a mistake. All of us make mistakes, my nigga.
Yeah.
All of us. He's just on TV.
Yours
was the nigga with at Payless shoes. so quick crucify this nigga. Don't nobody know the nigga at Payless shoes. Everybody know Nick Cannon.
Exactly, man. I say, man, shout out to Nick Cannon. I support Nick Cannon 100%.
I support Nick Cannon, man.
I do not support him.
He might not.
I do not support.
Go ahead.
I do. No, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I don't forget what I was going to say now.
Are you serious, bro? I do not support.
When I put my thoughts on pause. Go ahead.
When I do not support Kanye West's statements at all. I don't support that dude's crazy. He's losing it.
Okay, so if it's Kanye, Biden, and Trump right now on the ballot that you had to vote for, who you voting for?
I'm voting for Dave Chappelle.
If these three niggas is on the ballot, who you voting for?
I'm voting for Joe Biden, man. Like, this is a no-brainer. I'm voting for Joe Biden. Kanye West, I've never, like, the reason why, at least, first of all, at least there's a person in that list that didn't say Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. It's like, nigga.
But you got this same nigga that you just said he out here serving chicken and grits.
So
he out in Georgia serving chicken and grits to black people.
So I don't care. That does not bother me the way it bothers me that a black man said that Harriet Tubman did not free slaves.
He might as well have been out in blackface. Oh,
no,
grits and chicken.
That is totally different. That is totally different. See, there's not the problem with this thing.
I think Kanye was trolling though.
I don't think
he's trolling. He's trolling publicly with that whole.
I used to say that. I used to say that Kanye was trolling, but I don't think he's trolling. I think he's losing.
Because because all right, so he doesn't know how to articulate things, and that's the reason why sometimes I need to stop going off on tangents because I might not know how to articulate certain things when I'm saying them, but the point is still there. So I think that's what Kanye West is doing. He doesn't know how, the point is there, but he doesn't know how to articulate things. So like when he was talking about slavery was a choice. Now with that whole slavery was a choice thing, what he was referring to was that moment in time when slaves were free. When slaves were freed, but they didn't have an opportunity. They still couldn't work anywhere. They still couldn't get places to live or whatever like that. They still stayed with their master and worked for master. At that point, it was something called sharecropping.
I'm very familiar with it.
You heard of sharecropping?
I'm very familiar with it. My grandfather was a sharecropper.
So they still stayed with their master, or they still worked on the farm, but they got paid for it while they were doing it. So they were free slaves, but they chose to still do slave work and get paid for it while still having room and board, I guess you could say. So I'm thinking that's what he was referring to as far as still having a choice.
That's not what he was talking about.
You don't think so?
No, that is not what he was talking about.
Okay. That's the only period that I could think that he was talking about as far as explaining that. That portion was a choice, true. Yes.
He said slavery was a choice, basically saying that you could either be a slave or die, and those people should have chosen to die. Basically, that's what he was saying. Right? Or if you were a child and you've been raised in slavery, you don't have a choice. You just do what you think you're supposed to be doing because it's been beat into you, it's been branded into you, it's been abused into you, it's been raped into you, it's been
you think that's almost what it's supposed to go.
Exactly. So that's why I'll never agree with somebody saying slavery was a choice, because people were made to do stuff that they did not want to do, but they did it out of fear. It wasn't until when you have fear, you got fear on one side and you got abuse on the other side, right? So most people, because of the human psyche, is going to run away from fear, right? Because they fear this extreme versus this one. So they figure, well, if I can work through this, because people who, like black folks, have always been, we've always been the people that can work through basically anything, right? Because of all this hope and strength that we have inside. And we say, well, I much rather deal with this and deal with that. I hear people say all the time,
live through the struggle, man.
Exactly. And when the on the boats, you know, you had people that jumped off and decided to face the sharks instead of becoming slaves. And I hear people using that analogy of saying that, you know, I would have been the ancestor that jumped off the boat. Yeah, okay. It's easy for you to say that now. Right. It's easy for you to say that now.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't always, like, there's some people that they had the mentality of, you know what, I'd rather die on my own terms versus dying on somebody else's terms. But most the general populace of Black people don't have that type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we got to that particular type of mentality as a whole, the game totally changes at that point, because then at this point, no, I'm not going to do that. Y'all do what y'all got to do. So when I hear people say that, and then he says slavery was a choice, I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, you could choose to jump off a boat and get eaten alive by sharks or drowning to death, which is a horrible death either way, right? Versus living through continuous death every day until hopefully I die, or I probably will die, right? I may even die before in a better situation. So that's the rationale that was attached to that. And not to mention, I speak a different language. I don't understand what these people are saying. I don't even understand some of the people who are with me because we're from different tribes.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when he makes that type of statement, it's so ill-informed until obviously it's going to get people upset. When he makes a statement about Harriet Tubman not freeing the slaves, just sending them to go work for other white people, like, in all honesty,
call her Steven.
In all honesty, when he says that, I'm like, first of all, where you get this type of information from? Did you go and read the archives? Did you talk to some of her relatives? That she left notes behind? You got
to think about who he's first having these conversations with. Real talk.
He's got to have had this conversation with somebody else before he gets on TV and says it. Like, this cannot be something that just comes.
He has to have this conversation first with someone of color.
Yeah. For them to know who Steven is, like for him to be able to say Steven.
No, what I mean, trust and believe his household know who Steven is. But what I'm saying is he needs to have somebody of color in his household. They be like, hey man, you wildin' for this shit. Don't say this shit no place else. Don't say this outside of the house. Because guess what? Your Black friend is gonna tell you that. I have had moments where I say stuff and I'm wilding out in the house, and somebody will check me and be like, Jason, don't say that outside the house. I'm like, okay, I think I was wilding out. Like, you shooting off, nigga.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
A Black friend gonna tell you, like, hey, he gonna look at both sides real quick. Like, hey man, hey, I get what you're saying, but yeah.
Like I get what you're saying, but that's not something you need to go out and say in public.
Exactly.
Like, don't say that in public. Yeah.
You can get that out here, but everyone, the rest of the world is not going to agree with what you are saying.
Nah, because when that man called her Steve, and I was like, dude, do you realize who Steven was in that movie? Man, dude was like the devil, man. That's Sambo, bro. Like, that was Sambo, my guy. Like, nah, that's not. I don't think Harry was Steven. I think he kind of got those characters mixed up there. But real quick, man, I want to say, I don't think we need to be caught up as much in Kanye's statements as we should be in the and what's going on politically. I think we need to focus more on the political landscape. Who we planning on voting for locally first on our school boards,
definitely.
Our city
Quit
council.
Focusing on this presidency.
Your
mayors and shit. These niggas getting over on you.
Exactly. A lot of that's going on. Your state government, your local government. We need to focus more on that. You see right now what's going on with the governor of Atlanta suing the mayor of Atlanta because people want to keep folks safe. And then he turns around and he's wearing masks at an event or something that they were doing.
Right.
That's crazy. He's just trying to attack one of the probably the brightest minds, Black minds that we have, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms.
Right.
Beautiful sister handling business in Atlanta right now. And this guy feels like he's got some type of authority over her to tell her what to do in the city of Atlanta. So,
man, let's get some. I want to get something clear now. I really don't like going on these little rants as far as when it comes to race and color, but I just want to say something real quick when it comes to this color. White people WYPIPO. White people have been wilding out because they privilege no longer works.
Yeah. Oh, they've been wilding out. They've been wilding.
You know, like sometimes, like when you be somewhere and your credit card don't work, and somebody be like, sir, your credit card don't work. It said declined, it's denied. And you be like, you be doing all this. All right, calm down. These people
and instead of just going to get another form of payment, you sitting there and standing like it's somebody else's fault. No, nigga, you ain't got no money in the bank, bro.
Right. Sir, it's not me. It's just saying declined. I'm not declining it. It just says denied. For whatever reason, I'm not sure what minus 51 means, but this is what it says.
I think you need to run it. I think you need to run it again, sir, because I'm sure I have more money in that account than you've had in your whole life.
Okay, so we'll run it 3 more times then, sir.
Yeah, run that done again. Declined. Sir, can you please step aside so we can help? I am not going anywhere. My name is Arthur Rutherford III, and my grandfather was the mayor of this city. I'm sure there's money. Yeah.
You like, okay, I don't care who Harden the Brig is, nigga. This shit says declined.
And I eat Cheerios without the sugar every morning, so I don't answer to anyone.
But right now, their privilege is not working. The whole, I didn't know I couldn't do that. I didn't know I couldn't, this couldn't happen. All of these different little things where they can just walk and do something and be like, and keep doing it. Is not flying, and they are having fits.
Dude, pouring black paint on the Black Lives Matter street murals.
Dude, I seen that bullshit, and they showed an above view of the junk, and all they did was painted and made the words blacker. And it was like, hey, it looks better in black. I'm like, y'all some dumbass idiots.
Man, them folks, man. And they've been getting charged with Fed crimes for doing it. They've been getting Fed charges for doing it. Because it was a black lady. It was a black lady that did that the other day. They just and we ain't even got to get into it. I saw that. I was like, so really?
Hey, you remember that video I sent you of that song, Look at the Coons? You know that's a real song now?
Yes.
Look at the coons. Look at the coons. Look at the coons. Nigga, there was a coon sitting there, black chick painting over the Black Lives Matter. Look at the coons.
What's that? Was there one? Tariq Nasheed had the coon train coming. Coon train is coming. Coon train is coming. Coon train is coming. But I like white people. Coon train is coming. Not all white people are bad. Coon train is coming. Coon train is coming. They doing all the little dance.
Matter. You like
coon train is coming.
Dude.
Hey man, they're mad, and I would say this is, they're gonna have to keep getting mad because things are not going back to the way they were. Things are not going back to the way they were. They're not, man. They're not, and because what happens when people
this is becoming mandatory. Walmart, like, hey nigga, it's a mask on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you got
it's mandatory.
I can't breathe. Oh well, you better breathe outside because you got to wear this junk up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Find you another mask.
Yeah, for real. I seen a dude the other day, man, had an actual Halloween mask on. Just tried to walk into a store, and they was like, no. You need a mask that covers your nose and mouth, sir. Not a clown. Like it was so stupid, man. It was just so dumb. I think he was just trying to troll or something like that. But
I've been seeing people with them little shields on their face. I don't even trust that because the shield covers this. I still got this gap that comes up under my face.
I mean, like, really, like if a real hard gust of wind come through,
this still come up under this.
I'm like, what are you finna weld some stuff? Like you a welder or something like that?
I understand you got this clear shield and you might protect the mist that might hit the shield. Okay, cool. But whatever germs that floats up under this joint, like you done sniffed it up. You done sniffed that joint like a bump. Oh,
Ooh.
it's the COVID bad.
I got that good COVID, baby.
That nigga check me out on that joint. It's anthrax, bad. Yes, it is.
That man was sniffing. He was sniffing. He was like,
oh,
I was like, if you see a package with white substance in it, just know it's anthrax. Oh, it's anthrax, babe. Yeah, it can kill you. He got all kind of powder right his nose and mustache.
Oh.
Oh man! Shout out to the GOAT Dave Chappelle, man.
Shout out to Dave Chappelle. That for real, never gets old. Now, when you can create content that is timeless, my nigga, you are you are the greatest. Because I promise. Well, I don't know. You know what? This might be a situation where we laugh and your kids be like, "Dad, this is not even funny." You like, shut up, goddammit, go to your room. Kids don't know what funny is.
And he's like, man, go in there and watch. They be in there watching.
Cannon is hilarious, Dad. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, Dad, it's Nick Cannon. Man, I said, I don't care about no Nick Cannon.
Oh, man.
Oh,
boy. Man. At least we ending on a happy.
On a happy note, man. On a happy note, man.
Oh,
and I'm gonna hit you up because I got some ideas about. I just feel like I got some ideas about doing some expanding some content on the platform that has some humorous ties to it. I just throw that out there real quick, just for people that's listening. And some stuff.
Ties?
Yeah, some stuff I've been working on, man. Some stuff I've been working on. So definitely gonna see some of that stuff coming. You know, some of it gonna see that coming. So man.
Funny,
it's definitely gonna be funny. It's definitely gonna be funny. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it there. Because I don't want nobody stealing our content. Because people be stealing our stuff.
Yes.
People be stealing our stuff.
And then they be like, you gotta be quicker than that. You like, God damn it! And you can't say nothing about it. You're like, well, shit.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay.
Speaking of content, I will say that. Have you been watching The Chi? Their new season started.
I caught a piece of it, but I ain't had the time to really sit down and catch. I'll probably catch when we wrap up here. I got to go make a run, and then I'll probably catch some. I'll probably catch some before I lay down.
The only reason why I'm saying it is because this is real talk. One of the best seasons that they have going this season.
Yeah.
One of the outside of the lesbian dildo flipping the dick out scene. Outside of that, outside of that horrendous scene, sex making scene, this season, man, real talk, that almost traumatized me, my nigga. I'm looking at this scene that they finna consummate the wedding. All of a sudden, she gets ready to lay down. Now all of a sudden, like, what the fuck is this just popped out? We're not bleeping this? What is this? Anyway, besides that scene, This has been the one of the best seasons ever, and the only reason why I say I ain't gonna. I've become somewhat of a sap, I would say, but this junk make you cry, my nigga. You gonna share the tear off that junk about just the situation, just everything going on. It's like, and I feel like if it can touch you that way, where you can relate.
Yeah.
Because usually if you are shedding a tear or you are touched emotionally, it's something that's very relatable, or even it's something that you see in the world today. Like, damn,
right,
it can happen. But this is one of, I mean, they got their little humor. I mean, just the simple fact it's balanced and it can still touch in all directions and still be funny or whatever like that. Because you got your funny and it's not. You got, like I said, you got your funny. It's actually funny. It's not that they trying too hard type of stuff, but it's like you got your just natural humor, whatever like that. I mean, and it's a good season.
Right.
It's a good season. It's a good season. I'm waiting for Snowfall, but this is a good season.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch up on some, probably an episode or two tonight before I go to bed, man. And shout out to the creators of the Shy. The producers of the Shy, love that show. Saw the first season.
It's your boy Kanye.
Yeah, of course, man. You know,
he one of the producers, executive producers. I think of the show.
Yeah, and great acting on that show, by the way, too, man. Some great acting on that show.
It is. It's some very great acting on the show.
Yeah, some great acting on that show.
To be all, and what I like about it is they're all unknown people.
Yeah,
none relatively. Of them have really, they're all relatively. New. Yeah. I've never really seen none of their faces outside of the Shy.
Yeah, and it probably have been somewhere, you know what I mean, probably in other roles or other shows, just not anything like big bill type of, stuff. So anytime you can see great acting from people that, if you go back in time to like The Wire and stuff like that, where they had actors and actresses on that show, that now we know who they are.
I will say, pay attention to all of those people. All of those people on the Shy, pay attention to all of them.
Exactly, because you'll definitely see them later. So
yes,
but yeah, man, shout out to good Black content, good Black movies, good Black TV shows, all of that. We support all of them. We want to see them grow, and yeah, man. Shout out to all the other content producers.
Fatal Affair is trash.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
While we're talking about good content, the Nia Long Omar F joint.
I didn't watch it. I saw the preview for it, the trailer. Actually, I saw the trailer for it, and there's no need for me to watch it because I've already seen that movie before.
I have an infatuation for Nia Long. I've had one.
Yeah, I love Nia Long too.
And I was like, you know what? I bet I'm gonna go down and see this movie, see what it's done about. It started off kind of good. Then I had too many fucking questions. I'm like, hold on, man. So what? Huh? This nigga, what? What? Huh? Hold on. So this nigga did what? He just met her. How he come into her? It was like, dude, this nigga just met the chick. He already in the next chick house. He was like, oh, okay, man.
I think somebody posted a picture. It was one saying she had her phone upside down talking on it. So that just ends it right there for me. I'm like, who shot this? Like, y'all didn't notice she had her cell phone upside down talking on that junk? Like, come on.
Oh, man.
Like, come on, dog. Like, at a time like this.
It started out pretty good, but it's like.
But nah, man, that movie's been made so many times.
You had a fatal. So what you telling me? You have I don't know if you said you ain't gonna watch it. You had a fatal attraction from a nigga who didn't even get it. Word? Is that what you saying?
Or he had it back in the day or something or whatever. I don't know. I ain't saying so.
No.
Oh, okay.
He never got it.
Oh,
he never got it. And then all of a sudden, he found out about her working at this spot. So he puts himself in a situation for them to meet.
Spoiler alert.
And then next thing you know, it's like he tries to take it from there. It's one of them situations where you always wanted to smash this chick, and then you finally meet her 20 years later, and then she almost gives you the opportunity. You get there, you pull the head out, and you like, you know what? No, this is a bad idea. And she runs out, and you're like, oh, word, my dick out? For real? You just gonna leave it out, huh? You just gonna leave it out? Word? Oh, man. Damn. You just gonna blue ball a nigga. You just gonna leave. So that shit. He was stood there. He left there with his dick in his hand, and she leave. Now this nigga stalks her because he never got it. Like, dick, I can't see myself stalking because I never got it. Now I can see it if I got it.
I'm not watching it.
I can understand, like, if this was like Olga Alsina, yeah, that nigga got the magic box. He got it. This nigga out here like the leprechaun. It's magically delicious. This nigga dancing around here making songs with Rick Ross, the entanglements and all of this. You were like, I'm like, dude, come on, man. But this nigga in this movie is wilding out because he didn't get it. Man, if you get out of here, this is the weakest movie ever.
I'm gonna say this because I got rap. I'm not watching that movie.
Watch The Old Guard.
I'm gonna watch that because somebody told me I need to watch
it. It's a dope movie. It's a very dope movie.
I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that. And there's something else. I gotta finish watching The Five Bloods. Gotta finish watching that.
No.
Don't watch it. Don't finish watching it. I'm halfway through. Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave it alone, man. Because I will stop watching the movie. If I hear that the end of it sucks or something like that, I will not watch it.
Nigga, I don't even know how you even survived the first 15 minutes. That movie is trash. It's garbage juice water.
The Five Bloods?
The Five Bloods.
Man, I'm kind of blown away that you said it was garbage juice water, though, dude. Like, you ain't get the premise of the movie at all?
Dude.
I'm saying you didn't get the premise of the movie at all? Like, the black GIs?
Spike Lee goes to a point where you know how like you have some people who are lyricists and then they try to be too lyrical and then they'll go over your head. It's one of them type of movies and I'm like, dude, don't nobody get that shit. Ain't nobody in your head but you, Spike. Ain't nobody in your mind but you to even understand it. That movie was dumb. That movie is, I hate it. You know what? I'll put it like this. You lasted longer than me, apparently. I didn't last longer than 15 minutes. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Let me turn this off. I hated I even wasted the first few minutes of it.
That's cold, man, because, I mean...
I hated the title. The Five Bloods. Dude, what are you? Nigga, you are... The Five Bloods.
I mean, hey, man.
It's not even about a gang movie.
No, well, that's what a lot of people thought. That's what a lot of people thought it was about gang. But I knew, well, when I first heard the title, I thought it was about gangs too.
You're like, oh, The Five Bloods? Let me see what this is about. Yeah. You look at this, Joe, you were like, word, Spike Lee, for real.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, so I think we're gonna have to have a discussion on this because
we are. And
I looked up his production and stuff. The movies that he has done are garbage. The other movies that he has had other writers that he has produced are something else. I just want to put that out there. I just want to put that out there. He only has one pretty good movie. But yeah.
Who?
Spike Lee.
Oh, no, we got to talk about that.
It's like one or two. If you look at his catalog, if you go down his discography and look at the movies that he's done, you like.
We're talking about by himself or what?
By himself, those movies.
Oh, no, we got to talk about it. Yeah, we got to talk about that. And I got to get out.
I think the movies that you are thinking about are movies that he did not write or do. I'm talking about movies that he wrote.
Okay.
That he wrote.
Okay.
I ain't talking about the ones that he produced. that he wrote.
Okay.
The movies that he wrote are trash.
Okay. So now, but you gotta give me. I gotta go and look now. So
that's what I'm saying. Go look once you look at it, like, damn, it is trash. That's why I say he only got 1 or 2, and I give him that.
Okay.
But the other movies that he helped produce are great movies. Great movies. But since he got his name attached to it, you think that he wrote the movie. Nah, no.
Well, I mean, even when they say Spike Lee joint, it doesn't necessarily mean he wrote it. It just means that he produced.
He was the money behind it.
Yeah, he was the money behind it. So yeah. Well, man, I got rap. I gotta go take care of something.
I got you. I'm finna go ahead and wrap this joint up.
Real quick, I want to say thank everybody for listening, watching. Shout out to all the content creators. Shout out to all the content producers and distributors of content, locally and abroad. Thank everybody for listening to this show. Everybody that's hit me up on social media. Absolutely. New users, new followers,
like
new
and
subscribers.
Thank you.
Shout out to everybody that's doing that. I wanted to make sure I got that off. And shout out to J Will for, just putting together just beautiful stuff, putting together, producing all of this, everything. And you know what I'm saying, man? Just look,
merch coming soon.
Yeah, merch coming soon. Just looking forward to that, man. Can't wait to put the shirt on, the hat on. And but shout out to everybody, man.
I think we have
everybody said. You got my side. Yeah, you got my side. Barbecue biscuit eating. But yeah, man. So,
all right, nigga.
Love y'all, man.
But we gonna go ahead and wrap this joint up. I am your host, Jason JWILLDOES, and I got this big head, big nose ass nigga right here, potato head face ass nigga, Ivan the Grizzly, the Great. We are the Off on the Tangent podcast, and we getting about this joint. We gonna holler. Peace.
Holla. Peace.